It hasn't been easy to find much to smile about for White Rock artist Maggie Bernay and her husband Alan Dion over the past few months. They are embroiled in the middle of a civil lawsuit over the sale of their home in Delta in September 2009.
I could totally understand if it was a month later. That's understandable. But just about now, let's say 18 months after they bought it, and now it's 4 years later, yeah, I just don't understand it at all. It's like it's common sense what it says.
On the property disclosure statement, the couple claimed they had no knowledge of any latent defects in the home they had lived in for 6 years. But the new homeowners found several problems a year and a half after moving in, including water damage and mold behind the walls of the garage and deck supports, signs of a previous rat infestation, and an unrepaired leak in the roof. Sherman Friesen didn't want to go on camera. In his statement of claim, he says the defendants failed to disclose their knowledge of these defects.
There's lots of cases dealing with failure to disclose, whether it's in small claims court or Supreme Court, where these issues are coming up, and this document is front and center, a key piece of evidence.
Lawyer Wesley McMillan says the BC courts have been criticizing the flaws in these statements for years. It's up to the buyer to get an independent inspection regardless of what the paper says, and for the seller, there is a serious obligation to tell the truth.
The seller might very well have no idea that there's mold growing in the walls, so they'd correctly state, no, I'm not aware of any mold problems. That doesn't mean there's not a mold problem. It just means the seller's not aware of it.
If a case does end up in court, as on this occasion, it is often very difficult to prove state of mind. Bernay has an autoimmune disease which makes her extremely sensitive to mold, so she insists she would have never continued living there if she had known about the problems hiding behind the walls.
It's you that has to prove that we knowingly, purposely lied on that statement. And as we were very adamant, and we are very adamant, and we know we did not know it.
In the disclosure statement, you know what? They're no good for either party. They're just a questionnaire you answer, right? To the best of your knowledge.
The damage has now been repaired, and the new owners are suing for $25,000 to cover their costs. The case goes to court in December. Elaine Young, Global News.